Welcome to the Stacie Bell Show. I'm your host, Stacie Belizaire. For all my subscribers who already subscribed to my channel, welcome back. To anyone who's new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button right below. You see it right there, right below, so you can be notified whenever I post up new content and new episodes. So, all my viewers, are you guys ready for today's episode? Yeah, I think the viewers are ready, it's the new year, they're ready for the Stacie Bell Show. I'm coming full force, full effect. So I got a special thing in store for you guys, all right? I'm bringing someone on the guest, but this person, they need a grand introduction because she's just a fire person. So this next person I'm bringing out, I want you to know she's an artist, she's an educator, she's a co-founder, she's a publicist, she's an artivist. She won the Boston Music Awards Spoken Word Artist of the Year for the years 2022 and 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my lovely, talented guest, Amanda. Come out. How are you?
Hi.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. That was a fire intro.
Oh, I'm so happy. You are a fire person, so it's only right. The best for the best over here,
It's good to see you again. It's been a couple months.
I know.
Since we first introduced each other to one another. I think it was the first time we ever met
each other, yes.
And I happened to be on this side of town, and that was at a
poetry event that they do at the
I know the name of this poetry.
She has so many performances,
I'm gonna it's Dawn Kuji and my girl Sadie.
Yes.
Yeah, they throw an open mic over there. It's a collective of folks. Don't kill me for not remembering it, but in post, if y'all could just put the name of the open mic.
Oh yes, of course. Yes, of course. We plan everybody on. That's what the Stacie Bell Show is here for. But yes, so I'm really excited that I get to interview you today. It's my first time doing an interview with you, so I'm really excited because from the day I met you, I just liked your energy. I'll never forget when you were performing. One thing you said that was funny to me. You were like, I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about my shit. And I was like, I felt that right here, because us creative artists, it's hard for us, especially as a talk show host, poet, rapper, singer, So I'm like, yes, I am sensitive about my shit, So.
And the great Erykah Badu said that.
Yes.
And, Badu always got the isms. So, yeah, it's true. We all are very, very sensitive. And I think in that moment, what I was seeing in the energy of the crowd was people, sometimes we get a little antsy when we're sitting down for a little while. So I just wanted to kind of give that reminder, I'm about to do this and I'll be sensitive. So can y'all just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All eyes on me.
Yes. Well, I thought you did an amazing job. I loved your energy. You were one of my favorite artists. There was a lot of talented people that performed.
Absolutely. That lineup was sick.
Yes, it was really good. I was like, God, I haven't been outside in a while.
Janae actually was the feature that night.
Yeah, she did really well too. Shout out to Janae, all those people. But no, you did amazing. And basically, I'm gonna interview you, and then we'll do a fun little game segment afterwards. I hope you're up for some games.
I love games.
Yes, I love that too. So we're gonna get into this. So my first question I have for you is, how did you get started as a poet, and when did you start writing poetry?
Real short answer, I've been writing ever since I could write and comprehend and read and write words. But my most recent memory of me actually writing something is 8 years old. So I've been writing since then. It was more so for an outlet because my growing up situation was really, really chaotic and hectic. And for me, writing was a way for me to escape inside my imagination as opposed to living in the realities of which I was surrounded in. So I've been writing forever. What got me started wasn't until I moved to Boston. Most people think I'm from here.
Oh, from Providence?
From Boston. Boston. And I love it there. I've been there for the last 17 years. I moved there in 2006. But it was the first time that I had seen people putting together events and performing. I've seen Def Poetry Jam and stuff like that on TV, but this was real live in my face. And when you felt the emotion, the power, the courage, the bravery, and all of that, these poets were taking me back. I felt like I was in the room with them when they was writing their pieces, or there were particular poets, and I've named these people in several different interviews across the board, so I'll refrain for today. But like they've inspired me to have better relationships with my mother, have a better relationship with myself, listen and have an objectivity of, you know, other people's lives, because like low key, like I think sometimes like as humans we're really selfish and we think about just ourselves and we don't always necessarily put ourselves in other people's shoes. And I think by people speaking their truth, it just inspires you to just live more authentically in yourself. So that's what inspired me. And also like I was hosting open mics at Dudley Cafe with Hope Inc. and it was like I felt kind of like a hypocrite, because I would like put people up on the stage and like ask artists like, yo, can you perform? And some of them wouldn't. Like Free, for instance, I'd be like, yo, are you gonna perform tonight? And be like, nah, I don't really want to. And I'm like egging, like, come on, because you're fire. And it's but I would never go up and spit my own stuff at that point. So I felt like I was doing a disservice to be like, yeah, come up and share your art and be vulnerable and all the things that I want to see and love about you, but I'm not willing to step outside of myself and do that too. It made me kind of like check myself.
I love that. And you know, throughout this whole process you're growing, right? Like even though we love art, like there's always things we could tweak and get better at. So just seeing that vulnerability and you realizing like, damn, let me really step back, like I think that's a really great quality, and that's what helps us as artists grow to be better, because there's always room for improvement for us to get better and, you know, really critique our art and like perfect it, you know?
Absolutely. And we're influenced constantly. So like don't get it twisted. Even when I first came out and I was so inspired, I was also taking like notes and owning things that I saw that I thought were like real cool, to then take them on as if they were mine. And what I found was I was leaving the stage feeling fraudulent and also not feeling spiritually good. Like I didn't feel like I did a good job per se, even though people were like, oh, that was great. And I'm like, but this don't feel like me. I'm kind of like snatching the things that I like from people. I'm not wearing my own art. And then that unlocked a whole nother like level of vulnerability in me, because I realized like, okay, there's performance, but there's like this other layer of like really letting yourself go in that and really just putting people in the place of where you were at. And that was scary as hell to me. But once I did it, that's when everything changed. And that's when it really felt good to be like, I'm confident in what I'm gonna say. I'm confident in how I'm gonna allow my body, this is my vessel, I'm gonna allow spirit to do whatever it is I need to do during these performances. To me, they're not performances. It's just me going out here and just allowing that experience to happen. And just being the human to have the courage to get up there and do it.
Yes, that's another thing too, just having the strength to be like, I can do this, the courage. So that's what's up. I love that. What you were talking about earlier reminded me something that Nipsey Hussle said. He said, I steal advice, but I study the greatest. Like, I feel like it's good for us to be influenced, but we can still add our own flavor and still make it ours. Because, girl, me too. I'll be looking, I'm like, how's Oprah be introducing these people? You know, I'm trying to be the greatest, you know? So I love that. I love that. So I was going to say, who are some poets that you are influenced by, if you can name any in particular?
Ooh, there's so many. There's so many. All right. Damn, you put me on the spot, because I could name like 25 real quick.
Name like three, your top three.
I can't do tops. So I can't do top three. I'm gonna say Prentice Powell. I'm gonna say Didi Delgado, Nava the Butterfly, Matt Gannum. I'm gonna say Free. I'm gonna say Jadi. I'm gonna say D Ruff. I'm gonna say Risha G. I'm gonna say Two. I'm gonna say Matt Parker. I'm gonna say Portia O. I'm gonna say Risa Wrights, Rudy, Janae, Pyro, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting so many people off the top of my head. Oh my gosh, Anai, Maui, Obi West, Mahogany Brown, Maya Angelou, Edgar Allan Poe, Langston Hughes, Oh, who else?
She got
Audre
She got a
Lorde.
good lineup.
I do like Amanda Gorham. Who else do I really, really like? Olivia Gatwood, I like. Duran West. I said Free already, right?
Yeah, you said Free.
Me?
No, so I'm kidding. I'm not a poet.
I said Rudy already.
Yes, you said Rudy up.
I think that's all I can think of off the top. My Crumble Thoughts, my girl Jasmine, Lady Siren. I can't think of everybody.
It's okay.
All right,
I think you did a great job.
That's all I got. I hope I got everybody. And if I didn't get you, I apologize. It's not that I don't think you're dope. It's just I'm also not trying to be here all day.
She loves you. Bottom line, she loves you. She's inspired. She's inspired.
Well, that also, and I haven't named none of my youth poets either. Maya, Stacie, Val, Kay, Ashanti, the other Ashanti. We got two Ashantis. Oh my gosh, Josiana. Yeah, go like that, and that's just to name a few of my youth. I have a lot more that write poetry. Josh. Yeah, there's so much talent.
Yes, so
and
much.
I also travel. I try to travel a lot, so I'm meeting people in all different places. And honestly, like I'm happy to be in a space where I feel like poetry is not only like thriving, but everybody got like a really dope rapport with each other. Like
I love that.
It's very much like open door policy, like wherever you want to go. Like if I need to book a show in New York, I got peoples that are like, yeah, hell yeah. Or if I need to book a show in DC or Baltimore or Florida or Atlanta, like it's really cool to be able to have like a really cool poetry community to thrive in and be inspired by.
I love that. You know who you just reminded me of just now? I was watching a video of Whitney Houston when she was accepting what she was naming everybody. She's like, this, that. I was thinking me Whitney Houston vibes, but I love that.
You didn't ask me my favorite singers.
What's your favorite?
Because there's vocalists and then there's singers. You know
singers,
what I'm
like
saying?
sang. There's a difference between singing, right?
Whitney is a great
she's one of the greatest
energy. So like, thank you for because it's true. We wanna, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool like to be seen in a certain light, but like I feel like there's so much talent. Like, there's just so much talent. Everybody is talented in their own right, in their own creative way.
Yes.
So it's really hard. We were talking about competition on the way up here in the whip. So it's funny that we're having this conversation now full circle. But it's like, it's hard to be competitive when you just want to be your best self. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a gymnast most of my life. And even though, you know, we're trying to be the best to be on a team, it's like, nah, they be judging you individually as an athlete.
Yep.
So for me, in my mind, from the beginning that I could think of, like, since I wanted to do, you know, gymnastics, it always was about not being better than the other people that were doing it. It was like more so like, how can I learn from them? If they're doing something cool and I don't know how to do it, I'm gonna ask, which I was never afraid to do. And then on top of it, it's like, yo, I want to be better than what I was yesterday, so I'm not looking at nobody else. And I feel like that, like in art, in any business, really, like it is team competitive, but I don't feel like that. Like, that's not,
because you're just striving to become a better version of yourself, and I feel like that's the greatest way to think. Like, how can I be better than I was yesterday? Like,
period. And like, there's dopeness everywhere, bro. So I'm never gonna be like, yeah, I'm more better than this. Nah, like if you get on stage, period, first and foremost, like, that's why I can't really be a judge or nothing, because I'm gonna give you
she'd be like, hello, Abdul, I loved it.
Yeah, like 10 across the board. Like, because you got up there. Like, so if you getting up there, to me, you already a winner. It don't even matter, like, what else you gotta say. You know, but I do pay attention to lyrics and stuff like that, and I can be a critic. Like, I critique art. At the same time, I don't think it should be competitive. You could critique it all you want, but don't be competitive.
Yes, I love that. You just reminded me of American Idol, Randy Simon. I'm like, we need the Simons, the Randys, and the Paulas. I loved it. It was great.
It was.
I love it. I love that. I'd be the same way. I'd be like, I thought it was great.
You're amazing.
You're amazing. You're just
better off next
You're
time.
beautiful.
I can't be on those shows. I'm sure the dollars are really cool, but like, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
You also breaking people's hearts, low key.
That is very true too, and I don't want to break hearts out here. I want to uplift those hearts,
that
you know?
Yes.
So I guess I wanted to ask you, what does a typical day of writing look like? Like, what does your ambiance look like? Like, do you need to be lamps low, music in the background? Like, what is a typical day when Amanda is writing her greatest pieces of work? Like, what does your background have to look like?
Oh, I think it's like me, like just mad sporadic and spontaneous, and sometimes, most of the time intentional, but sometimes just like off the fly. I think that's interesting you said dark lamp and stuff. It's giving like, you know, it's like meditative healer vibes, and that's super cool. Like sometimes it comes out in spaces like that. Other times I think it's like the things that I love, let's just start there. The pieces that I love that I feel like make it to a public space are the pieces where I feel like it was a download or spirit was like, boom, you better write this. And again, like being very clear, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen. And the human is over there typing and writing or however way it's coming out. Sometimes in voice records, that happens too. Voice notes, because I'd be in the car and get a download and be like, oh, I can't write. Can't write. But, you know, what I love about those moments is like some of my best work comes out of that, where I look back at it and I'm like, I don't even, like this, I know didn't come from me, but came from me type of thing. Those are some of my favorites. Cleaning my son's room was actually one of those that happened. I was literally cleaning my kid's room. And I was angry about doing it. I was tight because I've been asking this boy to clean his room for like weeks, and like we have a dog, she sheds, so you can only imagine. And he's 16. So I'm cleaning his room, I'm mad, angry, all these things, but then like literally in the middle of doing it, I'm like, why am I so mad about cleaning his room? Like, what makes me want to do it? Not that it just has to get done, but like, why do I want to do this for him? And like, that's when everything came flooding in. It was like, I was angry. I got triggered to when my mom used to like yell at me to clean my room, my brother's room. And it was very violent and aggressive, and nothing about it was nurturing or gentle. It was very like, do this shit now. I didn't have to.
Our parents didn't have that gentle parenting back then.
Right. So it's like, do this now, or you know what I'm saying, or face the consequences. And like, that's just how I was raised. So for me, doing it mad, but also not having that anger and taking it out on my son, I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, I'm getting somewhere with this trigger thing. But then it was like, I want my son to come home to a clean room, because a clean environment is important. It's going to promote his day to be better. I don't know what kind of day he had. Starting to think about, like, I think about him as his own human being, not just my son. So that became one of my favorite pieces, because it allowed me to see the connection of like how I was raised and how I'm parenting. Also like how I'm healing my own inner child by parenting him in a way that I wasn't parenting. Because I wish that my mom was this type of mom with me. So those pieces are within of itself. I feel like social media is like that, where it just, you know, came out of thin air, it feels like. But there's other pieces I get contracted for. I work with certain companies and they be asking me for a piece, or I'll do certain spots with, you know, news programs. I did a spot with WBZ Channel 4 out in Boston for Kathleen Switzler campaign for the marathon, like 50th anniversary. So like, people will ask me to do poems for stuff like that, poems for their brand, things like that, poems for their records, their albums, you know. So speaking of all these poems, what's your favorite piece of work that you're like most proud of? Like, what's one of your favorite pieces of spoken word that you've created that you're like, that's one of my favorites? I think they change over time, so it's hard to say. How about right now? Oof, in this moment, it's got to be one of my newest pieces. I can't even tell you the title because I like literally just wrote it. I've been writing the last 2 weeks, like sporadically, stuff that comes up. And I'm starting to like love those pieces. I think social media is probably another one right now.
The one you performed when I, yes,
Mhm.
that one was amazing. I was
Thank
like, yes.
I started
Yes.
the show, I think, with that. Like,
Yes.
and I try to start my sets with that, but sometimes I don't. Like, it depends on that energy.
Yeah.
And
How was my energy when you? I know you
it
noticed
was,
me in the
no,
audience.
it was good. It was good, and you were totally paying attention. And what's cool is like I don't really remember everything that night or like what was said, but I do remember like frequencies changing on certain things that were being said. Like again, like when you walk in just as a vessel and you don't have a plan, you kind of tend to forget. And sometimes like. This may sound weird, but like I don't be feeling like I'm always present during my performances. Like I be feeling like I'm not even there, and I'm like
kind of on autopilot. Like, did I just do that performance just now?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how I feel driving here. I'd be like, how the hell did I just get here?
And scared. That's actually how I stopped drinking during shows and hosting. To be honest, because at first I thought it was the liquor that was making me be like that, where I didn't remember.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. But the liquor would make me so scared. Like after, like, did I say something inappropriate or did I say something crazy? So I just stopped drinking altogether and just got my mind right. But it still does happen, and I'm so confident now in who I am as an artist, as a person, that like I don't trip if I don't remember.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I love that. Well, I love how you explained everything. Like sometimes when you're cleaning your son's room, like the ideas come. But do you ever experience writer's block? Like, has that ever been an issue for you? And if you do ever experience writer's block, like, how do you cope with that?
I don't think I've experienced writer's block.
Okay.
And not to say that I don't hope that I do. I would like to think that if I did, probably some of the first things that I would go to is like nature. Being outside, and I would definitely start roller skating on a more frequent basis, because roller skating for me is the only form of exercise I really enjoy, and that also allows me to be kind of like blank mind. I was telling
my camera guy,
like I didn't want to say I forgot.
It's okay.
But I was saying like earlier, like I feel like, you know, like sometimes when you're an over-analyzer or, you know, like an overthinker, you know what I'm saying? I think sometimes, like, it's a gift and a curse. It feels like, so for me, like, roller skating is, like, the way of just kind of, like, not thinking about anything or allowing things to flow freely. And I would hope that that would, like, allow it to come back. Because whatever it is the block is, maybe I'm removing it like that. Right. But those would be my first things. Like definitely going to the Arboretum. We're in Boston, so you probably don't know what I'm referring to. But folks that are in Boston know the Arboretum. Like it's just this beautiful space and beautiful trees and just open nature, and it's gorgeous. So I would probably do that.
I love that. So this kind of brings me back to earlier how I said I loved how when I first met you, you were like, I'm an artist, I'm sensitive about my shit. How do you handle criticism and feedback about your work personally? Like, how does Amanda handle criticism?
I don't get enough of it.
Damn, I'm sorry criticizing you, girl.
Can you please, somebody?
That was trash. Don't get
somebody help me, please. Nah. I don't want to sound like arrogant when I say that, because I could see how that could sound arrogant. Like in hindsight, I'm not lying though when I say that. I feel like when there are times to be like, oh, like Free will be like, oh, you over talked on the mic. Like she'll say like something like that. You know what I mean? But like, I don't feel like I get like, I don't, and like Free will be like, yo, because there's nothing to critique. And it's like, you know, and obviously like, I love Free, so I'm like, I feel like you could find something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Dig deep. I really
dig deeper and like, but I know for a fact like I could trust that word. So it's like, for me, it's like, okay, cool. But like, where do I go from here? Type of thing. I'm constantly always looking for like that part. Like, I'm not saying I want to be torn down. By no means. You know, I don't need the trolls.
I was joking earlier when I said that was trash, by the way.
I was like, I don't need the trolls to troll, sis. Yes. But, however, you know, it would be nice to like, I don't know, you know, or maybe not even critique. Maybe we're using the wrong C word. Challenge.
Okay, challenge. Like, what else can we? Okay.
Like, my mentor tells me, you know, the last challenge that I had that I did not do because I was like, I can't do it, and still challenging me today to try to do it, was writing from a third person perspective.
Ooh, I love how you said that, because that actually gets into one of my questions. When you do your work, are you talking from like your friends' experiences or your own experiences?
My own. I don't know how to talk, and that's what I said to my mentor. Shout out, Letta Neely. I know I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I love you to death.
She's definitely gonna see this.
And for me, I'm just like, it's hard, and I will give the prompt because, you know, I feel like sharing is caring. But the prompt was like, yo, go ride the train. Which I haven't rode the train in a really long time in Boston, to be real. So I was like, that's cool, that's interesting. But then it was like, just pick somebody out on the train and just write a story, like from their POV of like what you're studying about them. Yo.
That's interesting.
It's a dope prompt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Amanda's like, nah. You know what I'm
saying? Write a poem about me, Amanda.
I'm like, nah. Because I don't want to write about... I don't want to write about other people's experiences, because even if you tell me how you feel, I might not still know how you feel. So for me,
can't get that point the way.
Yeah, like for me, like the only way it comes out is like, it gotta come from me. I gotta feel it, because if I don't feel it, then how am I supposed to
come across that in your writing?
Get it out, or even like want to perform it? Because that's like a whole nother level. There's writing the piece. And then there's like, you know, the performance of the piece. That's still part of the consumption. Or you could still just put it out in like a book. Hint, hint. We'll get to that later. But it's like you could put it in a book and people could read it. But it's like, it still is out there. So for me, I don't know. I just never wanted to speak from that space, because I feel like I still got so much more to say about my journey.
Yeah.
And as it's developing and evolving and I'm able to travel more through this career, like in this industry, it's like the more and more I'm seeing, the more and more I'm learning, the more and more I'm putting together, the more and more I'm realizing we're really stuck in the matrix. Like, so I have so much stuff to say that I don't, maybe it's the laziness of not wanting to take time out to try it, or maybe I'm really just subconsciously too challenged to do it and I'm not admitting it out loud yet, and that's okay too.
So I'm assuming you didn't do the challenge.
I did not do the challenge.
She did not do it. Okay.
No, not at all.
You know, for practice, you can, I don't know if you heard me, I was like, you can write a poem about me.
Okay, well, you're gonna be kikiing on the phone for that long, because I gotta get to know you too.
Yes, get to know me, sis. I love it. It's all about me.
I love the excitement of you getting a poem written about you. I love that you're that hype. What's your sign?
Gemini.
Oh, air gang.
Yes,
I'm in Aquarius.
That's how we get along.
Yeah,
yes, I love that.
I'm next month, but
yeah.
Our season is, well, really, it's not a season, it's a lifestyle. It's about to commence in like a couple days. So
you heard that, all right?
Age of Aquarius.
And then Geminis is, you know, they start in May, but I feel like they ain't the real Geminis. The real Geminis are in June. I'm a June Gemini. There's a difference now between May and June Gemini. Definitely a difference. I feel like the May one's a little more reserved.
I don't know if you should brag too much about the June though. I don't know if you should brag like do that a little bit about June. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm proud to be a June Gemini, so.
My son's father and my dad are both like early June Geminis.
Oh, so I'm June 8th.
Yes, I'm right in the middle. One's 15th, one's the 4th. So, but I like you. We don't leave it like that.
Okay, we're gonna leave it like that.
Not all Geminis are created equally.
Okay, I like that. Okay. He's so cute. So I love how earlier you were saying writing a piece and performing is two different things.
Absolutely.
How would you say your style is when you're performing in public? Like, what is your style? Do you feel like you have a particular style or anything, like in how you perform, like your spoken word style, like how?
Honestly, I'm glad you're asking this question, because I was literally saying this to myself when I was reading the new pieces that I was creating, and
because you sang a little when I saw you perform.
I did.
So I'm like, okay, so singing.
Gnarls Barkley.
Okay, yes.
The crazy. I remember when. I remember when I lost my mind. That's my jam. And like literally, anyways, that came out of nowhere. That was also like. Shout out to Kareem, because real ones know. We were in my house when that idea popped into my head, and I was like, yo, maybe I should sing this song before social media. I feel like, because social media already starts off kind of hard and harsh, but I was like, I kind of want to ease people into it for the abrasiveness because it's very fast. I'm saying a lot of things. It's kind of heavy. Well, it is heavy. I'm naming a lot of different things really fast. So I was like, how can I bring people in? And that song is like the jam. And for me, I was like, I don't want to sing it fast. I want to kind of like slow it down. And Kareem is a dope vocalist, artist, multi-talented, and also is a very good vocal coach. And we were in my house when that came about. But like when I'm looking at the new stuff, I'm just kind of like, okay, cool. Like I get bored. I get bored of the same shit. So I feel like sometimes that's why I gotta switch it up. Even like in the performance realm, I think that's people tell me all the time, like, oh, you gotta like practice and do like a set, and that's cool. Like some shows do require that type of preparedness, but the shows that don't, I actually like lean into it. I feel way more at ease because I'm like, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. There's a Rolodex of poems in my head, but when it comes to the new stuff, I'm just like, I don't want to have the same rhythm, the same cadence, the same tone, the same this.
Because then people kind of already know what to expect when they see you. She likes to give you guys a little surprise.
Or it sounds the same. Like you could sound monotone and do a set for 30 minutes and every poem can sound the same even though every poem is completely different. So I try to like hone in on how can I kind of either start off, end off, or just allow like spirit to do what it's gonna do. Some things are like on the spot. Like the last performance I had was at Piano Craft Gallery, and I went in with a plan because I saw like a bunch of elders like sitting in the room on this bench, and it was kind of way far away from the mic. And there was this picture by this young artist that I absolutely admire. And I wanted to make sure that I started from where the elders could hear me up into that photo point to bring emphasis to the photo, especially with what I was saying. Well, Spirit said, that sounds cute, but what's gonna happen is different. So what had happened was,
she said what had happened was,
I had started at the point of where I said I was gonna start, right? And it forced everybody to kind of turn and look because they're like, welcome Amanda Shea, and I don't go on the stage. Everybody's like, where the hell is this person? Where's this girl? She even in the room, probably thought I was out there smoking or something. I don't know. But I just started right where I was in the back of the space because I cared more about the elders having to be able to hear me off mic because the mic was kind of having a lot of feedback. So I was like, I'm gonna just spit it as loud as I possibly can and project. Well, when I went next to the picture fell on the ground and it was made of glass and did not break. So weird. But then I also had a glass of wine and then the pitcher fell, and then I was like, oh my gosh. And then as I'm grabbing the pitcher, the wine kind of spilled on the pitcher, which was also eerily symbolic to tears on the photo because it was a picture of someone with their chest on the ground looking like this as if they were being arrested. So the pitcher falls. I'm still doing the poem. Yeah. Like, do you hear me say, like, I'm still doing the poem, and in my head I'm like, oh my God, did it break? Oh my God, this just happened. Oh my God, I should be stopping. Why is my mouth still moving, right? Spirit picks up the pitcher, starts utilizing the pitcher as part of the performance. Hey. So now the pitcher's in my hand most of the time. And then towards the end of the performance, I notice the wall, place the pitcher there, notice that the wine is still on the pitcher, start wiping it with my coat, and then just sat down next to it. And if I did not see the video of it, I wouldn't believe that people saw that because I don't remember. I just remember the freaking out in my head and why is my mouth still moving. After that, it was almost like autopilot.
Yeah. But you know what I feel like as artists too, sometimes when I'm performing, because like I dance, I sing, I do a bunch of stuff, to me it's like, even if you mess up, just keep going because the audience doesn't know what our performance is. Like they won't know, you know?
But
like for all they know, this is part of it. Like, yeah, that wine was supposed to spill on that. That glass was supposed to
I'm like,
that,
this is my favorite photo. Why you gotta spill wine on it?
It was all a part of the plan, girl.
And everybody was like, they was like, oh, you gave us theater, darling.
Yes, they were like, yes. That was a whole accident. You don't see Beyonce, she performing, she done almost falling, she getting back down. Girl,
I'm like, I was like, that never was planned, but cool, you know? And like, again, like when you say like, how are these things, you can go in with a plan. It's like life, but you don't know what the hell is gonna happen once you're actually in the thick of it. So learning how to pivot, I guess, is cool. But even the human side of me in that moment didn't know what the fuck to do. Had no clue what to do. So
but you still did amazing, though.
Something came through and was able to, and spirit came through and was able to carry that back through that. You know what I'm saying? And the feedback from that event, like even up until this day, it was like last week, is like real wild crazy, because it's almost like you can't take credit for something that you did because you don't feel like you did it.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, okay. And people are like, oh, you're so humble. And I'm like, no, I just, I be feeling like, no, I just be feeling like sometimes it's not really me. So it's hard to like own that. You know what I mean? And I love this shit so much. It's kind of like, I would be doing this shit even if I wasn't on camera or on stages, like deadass. And teaching is part of that as well. So I'd be still in these schools doing what I'm doing, whether or not the cameras are on or not.
Yes. So throughout your whole career as a poet, what would you say you're most proud of throughout your whole career?
I just got to ask this question yesterday. It's the kids. Like, honestly, I've had some really dope moments in my career, and I'm literally answering this the same way I answered it last night in my video submission. But yeah, like there's so many moments to like pinpoint. I'm grateful for them all. And for all those that are continued on their way now that I have not been able to do yet. So I'm just blessed in the fact that I have the opportunities. But like the proudest part of this is like watching the kids, like going into the space and then being like, Miss, I don't be like into writing. I don't be, we just went to school all day. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool. Or Miss, poetry, like I don't do that. Like I don't. And it's like, okay. But then when they do it and they see what they've actually like brought to life, they're like, yo. And like also the response from their peers. Yeah. I'd be watching like some of the most reserved people, like some of the most reserved youth be the most like confident at the end because they gotten so much out. It's a form of therapy. Like it really truly is, and it's self-therapy, but it can also be group therapy. Art is therapy. So it's like, to me, that is the proudest moment of watching them be able to think that they are not able to do something and then not only do it to the capacity of which they did it, but then do it in front of everybody else who's watching. Right. To me, that's when I'm most proud. I don't even care what the performance is like at that point. It's like just watching them go through the motions of the process, because that's hard. We get discouraged even in the motions of the process, never mind what the product is gonna look like. So, and then when they get on there and then the product is good too, when they hold, I'm just like, I be looking at them like a proud auntie, proud mama.
You're like, that's mine. I'm gonna say mine.
That's my baby, you know? And like, I don't want to take credit for none of that. It is them. That's all them. That's all inside of them. I just think that, again, little Amanda needed somebody to be like, yo, this is inside of you. You can do this.
Yes, I love that. So my last question is, what are some upcoming projects you have coming up that we can be on the lookout for Miss Amanda?
Upcoming projects. So I'm gonna drop this here because I just like to be transparent, and it's also something we talked about on the way up here. I'm releasing a book, and I've already put out.
Did I get the exclusive? Hold up, did the Stacie Bell Show get the exclusive? Because I love this.
I'm releasing the book.
Okay, you heard it here first on the Stacie Bell Show. Make sure I get that, and I don't be trying to steal nothing. You heard it here first.
But here we go. So I don't know when. So I initially wanted it to be...
When you gonna come to
absolutely,
get when
absolutely.
Okay.
It was initially scheduled for February 2nd. And now I'm thinking pushing it back a couple months. And I think the reason for that is like, one, I still have an EP out. It's called God Again, and you can find it on Bandcamp for the low price of $10. Okay. It's a really dope project. It took me 3 years to make. I was very intentional about putting it out. I was very intentional on who I collaborated with on this project. I knew what I wanted to do in the beginning of it, and then what it ended up being was very similar, but with a lot of different aspects to it. But I'm happy about it. I've put it out. It's in the world. I think like I should let that chill. Like if people really want to hear some of their faves or even stuff that they've never heard, because some of the stuff on that EP I've never performed in public ever.
Okay.
My first song I've ever written is also on the EP, so you can hear some singing.
Okay.
So it's introducing.
You know, I sing too if you need to do it.
Okay. Okay. But I'm dead serious. It's like, you know, like you named in the conversation earlier about like me singing in performances, and I feel like I'm not fearful of like letting it all out now at this point. So I want to do it all. I rap, I sing, I dance, but I still don't like to dance in public. I'm still working on that. I do poetry. I'm a writer. I like to do all things art, so I don't put myself in a box.
Don't limit yourself, yeah. The same way.
Labels
Singing, dancing, modeling, talk show hosts, I
you got
do it all. Yes.
But they all, if you think about it, they all intertwine. It's all art. You need, if you release a project, you need a studio to record it in. You know what I'm saying? Like if you write in songs and you want to record them, you have to record in a studio or not. You can record on your phone. These kids be using these apps, child. They got me they got me second guessing my whole life about studio life. For real. It's different. It's different. But it's like you need these things, and then you need press, talk shows, interviews, podcasts, articles, journalists, all the things to get the word out there. You know what I'm saying? You need social media campaigns. You need.
That's why we need to all support each other, because we all need each other one way or another. Yes, everything. I need the artist on the platform. You see,
you need all of the things. You need the band. You need the musical instrumentation. You need the sound people. You need all the things. So it's like, for me, I don't look at anything as like one dimensional. As far as upcoming projects, it's like I did produce a documentary called Black Narratives in Boston's Queer and Trans History. We're gonna be doing a couple of screenings out in Boston. Stay tuned for that. You may find it at a local college near you. And I noticed where we're at, so we'll talk off camera. With that being said, but you know, like I feel like pushing the documentary, because it is really, really important for everybody to see. We are literally doing a chronological history of like what has happened with the LGBTQIA community in Boston from a political standpoint, artist standpoint, spaces, housing, ball, all of the things that you can possibly think of. So I think it's important for people to see. I know it's important for people to see, because you're going to learn something. And the people themselves are real people from the community that are still doing the work and still in the community and accessible. So that's even more of a reason I feel like it's important for people to see. The book, whether it comes out next month, because that's also 4 days before my birthday, February 2nd, we'll see. I might do a soft launch. I'm thinking about doing like a soft launch, and then when the book comes out, maybe either mailing it to people who signed up for it, because I definitely don't know if I want to do another event. This stuff is expensive, and I think people forget that. Like, when you're doing these things, like the EP was great, but it cost me money to make. So putting a price,
money to make money.
Put price at $10 on it, I felt like was really easy. You know, I'm getting to see the real audience, fan base that I'm building for people that actually believe in me. I could put it up on DSPs and pray, you know what I mean? But if like you believe in the artist, then I feel like you would put your dollars behind that. And I'm like that, so there's that. And then I'm also the curator for Boston Center of the Arts, Hella Black Volume 6. So that's a really big deal. Be on the lookout for that. The show is on April 8th at the Cyclorama in Boston on Tremont Street. So I'm just trying, you know, we still do the Outspoken Saturdays at GBH for all emerging poets and poets of alike. So it's still a submission-based process. We pick 8 curated poets to be on the platform, and you have a 3 to 5 minute set, and you spit your poems, and it goes up on the GBH's YouTube page, things like that. I think right now, for me, I like to sit in the background and help elevate artists from like the background for now. I think sometimes as an artist we do get what they call burnt out, and I'm not burned out per se, but I don't even want to get anywhere close to that. So being able to bounce through and juggle and balance different hats at a time is also very healthy for my mental state, because I feel like I would have a writer's block, or I would feel like toxic, or I would say some poems that probably didn't fit with spirit, because I'm not resting and doing the work that I need to do to keep me grounded.
I love that. That's our interview, girl. Thank you so much.
You.
That was
a lot.
But hey, I just love it. I was just going off the flow and everything, like
I
your
appreciate
energy,
you.
and I love that. I hope you enjoyed it too.
I did. You're a really great interviewer. I think, Jennifer Hudson, what's her name? Cheryl, what's her name? She's got the talk show on daytime TV. Sherry Shepherd.
Oh, okay, yep. Sherry Shepherd, I think. Yep, Sherry.
I'm going to refrain from saying Oprah. If you know, you know. But, also aspire to be Stacie, because you're really good at what you do, and you did your homework and you did your research. So you don't need to be like anybody else. Just be you, and you gonna make it, girl. That's it.
Aw, thank you.
Be authentic in yourself. It's good to have role models and aspire to that, you know what I'm saying? But like, you your own sauce.
Yes.
You
You said I got the juice, I got the sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gemini, how could you lose?
I know.
How could you lose?
I know that's right.
Energy, you can't
Yes.
lose, baby.
Yes, I love that. Yes. So before we finish up, we're gonna do the game segment, right?
Yes.
She said she loves playing games. I love playing games. So this game segment is
Not with people, like emotional games. I like playing like physical, like, fun games, like actual activity. You gotta be clear, because people be in the comments. I'm just letting you know. Don't twist my words around.
No, you're good. So this game is called This or That. So
This or that. Okay.
You can get with this,
Or you can get with that.
You can get with this, or you can get with that.
Ooh, that's
You can get
cute.
with this,
Or you can get with that.
You can get with this, but
Or you
this
can
is
get
where
with
it's at.
Oh,
Where it's
yeah. Last line, but I like this.
See, I told you we sing too. We
And
gonna do
like
a duet
copywriting,
together.
because like that was perfect. It was under 15 seconds, so we wouldn't get. Okay.
I love that. Yes. All right, so you ready?
I am.
Real quick, like 3 seconds. You ready? You just gotta pick one or the
3
other.
seconds. Okay,
All right?
okay.
Soft tacos or hard tacos?
Soft.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Reading or writing?
No!
Reading or writing? Come on, reading or
Writing,
writing?
writing.
All right. Singing or dancing?
Singing.
Long hair, short hair?
One hair.
Yes, long hair, don't care. Dress or skirt?
Dress.
Twitter or Instagram?
Definitely Instagram.
Europe or Asia?
Oh, Europe. I love Europe.
Yes. I love that. Play or musical?
Ooh. I'm gonna say play, because I saw a play last.
Okay. Travel alone or travel with others?
I was literally just having this conversation. Fuck. Travel with others.
Okay. Winter or summer?
I'm gonna have to say winter, because I'm a winter baby. I'm a
Okay.
winter baby. I'm February.
Okay. Fantasy or drama? Fantasy or drama?
Drama.
Halloween or Christmas?
Neither. I'm sorry. I don't celebrate those holidays.
Okay.
But if I had to, I'm gonna say Halloween.
Okay. And ability to fly or ability to read minds?
Oh, no, I don't want to read people's mind. That's too much
I don't
energy.
want to know what you think.
Nah, I don't want to know what you think.
Okay.
Fly.
For real.
Then I don't gotta pay no fees on the plane.
True.
Fly.
Spontaneous trip or planned trip?
I like spontaneous.
Okay. New York City or Los Angeles?
Ooh, I ain't been to LA yet, so I'm gonna say LA.
Oh, girl, we gonna go to Los Angeles
I know.
together. Stacie Bell Show takes LA, everything. Amanda, come with me. We going. Let's go.
I don't.
Let's go.
I don't want to just go for Grammys either. I want to go. Okay,
Yes. That was it, girl. This was
I did it.
Yes, you did it.
I did it. But Halloween and Christmas is terrible. Like
I'll think of a different thing.
What if you don't celebrate those holidays?
Okay.
You know what I'm just saying. But other than that, it was great. But damn, you said singing or dancing.
I know, because you like to do everything. That's why I was trying to stump you, because I'm like, she's a creative artist, and it's really hard.
But no, reading and writing was definitely hard, because I love to read. Like, books were my best friends before I had real friends.
Yes.
Like, dead ass. I know that sounds pathetic. People be like, oh, and it's like, nah, that's actually cool.
Yeah.
I love reading.
I don't love reading.
I do. I love reading. I love
I don't mind
vocabulary.
writing, but reading.
And I love writing, so it's like I feel like a hypocrite if I don't say writing, but I also love reading. That was a good one. Winter Summer was a good one too.
Yes.
Because I really do love summer.
I love summer too. I would have picked summer, but I'm so happy you came on the Stacie
I'm so happy I came too. I forgot this was an interview.
I know. That's great. That's all it's
I love
gotta
that.
be.
So that speaks to like what this is.
Yes,
So
I
thank you
love
for
that.
the vibes. And thank you for having me. Bye everybody.
Yes, but wait. Always remember to love yourself, accept yourself, and live authentically. And that's the Stacie Bell Show with your girl Stacie.
Oh, I love that. So cute.
Thank you.